today's tutorial, we're going to be looking at how to create an Art Nouveau poster using Adobe InDesign. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to New, and we're going to pull down and select Document, and that will bring up the Document tab. And this panel will allow us to select the document we want. So we will select tabloid or 11 by 17. We'll also make sure that we have the correct orientation, and we will go ahead and hit to accept that, and there on the desktop we should have an 11 by 17 workstation. So now that we have that, what we want to do is we want to add a nice background. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the rectangle tool over here in the tools palette. We're going to select that, and then we're going to take that cross, and we're going to start at the top left corner, and we're going to click and drag that down to the lower right corner until that completely covers our entire paper. Now we're going to go down to the fill area. And you can see here at the bottom it has a little red line through it that says blank. We're going to double click on that, and that will bring up the color picker, and that will allow us to go ahead and create a color that we want. We're going to select a nice light blue, and we're going to click that, and there we have filled the entire area. Now, to make sure that we don't do anything to damage this or move this, we're going to lock that and create a new layer. After we've done that, see we have a new layer here. We're going to go to the rectangle tool, click and hold that down, and select the ellipse tool. And with the ellipse, we're going to draw a curved path or circle on the page. Now we're going to take that and we're going to go to the type tool and select type on a path. We're going to move down to the little cross of yours, and then we're going to select type on a path, and we're going to go ahead and click that and hold that down, and that will put that type directly on that circle or path. We're going to go ahead and select to change our size and change our font. So what we want is Bocklin, and we want 72-point type. And there we have a nice large type that has Art Nouveau on it. And so we're going to take that and adjust that to make sure that it's centered nicely in the page. Following that, we're going to go ahead and make sure that it's correct. And then we're going to go to File and Place, and we're going to select a nice frame to go around this. We have a frame, and you should have several pieces of clip art already saved on your desktop in the file marked Art Nouveau. We will select the frame, and we will click and we will place it on our page. Now we're going to have to make some adjustments, and you will notice when you make the adjustments that sometimes the adjustments don't enlarge, so you have to go into Object. And when you go into Object, you have to go to Fitting and Adjust Content to Fit Frame. We'll do a couple of adjustments with that until we get it just right. Once we get to where it fits nicely on the page and it begins to look right, we center it, we're going to move the type down so that it also sits in balance so that we have a nice area. Then we're going to go to the bottom of the page, and we're going to go ahead and type in the dates for Art Nouveau. We're going to type in 1890 to 1910, the 2 decades that Art Nouveau was truly at its peak. Place that in there, and again change the type to Bocklin, and this gives us a nice look, but it's not quite finished. So now we're going to go back to Place, go back to your file, and we're going to select the face, and then we're again going to place it in the page, and then we will adjust its size and set it so that it is centered in the center of the page, and see how it looks. We may have to make a few adjustments here and there, but as we do this, we begin to see how this looks similar to an Art Nouveau poster. Notice the hair, the frame, the type, everything laid out together so that this creates a nice, interesting poster that is an Art Nouveau style poster done in 5 minutes in Adobe InDesign.